I mean, we're still a fairly long way from home. We're only at 28k. They've still got a whole lap to go. They will hear the bell as they come through the finish. So approaching the finish right now.
1 lap to go then. Kenyan flags being held aloft. Eritrean flags around us as well as the leading pair. Korea of Kenya, Judith Jeptum Korea comes through with Gotitom Gebreselassie of Ethiopia on her heels, hanging onto her coattails, or is she biding her time? 1 lap to go. They go through now. 14 kilometers to run. All to play for. It's wonderfully poised. And the third place are going through Yeshane of Ethiopia, 6 seconds back. She's not finished yet. Tanui, a further 6 seconds behind her in fourth place. Salpeta and Weldu locked together, the Israeli and Eritrean, on 1:32.28. They haven't yet gone through the line. You'll hear the bell probably coming through our mics. That's how close we are to the finish line. But they are, some 35 seconds back behind Tanui, that pair. Here they come. You can't help but get a little surge of adrenaline as you pass through big crowds like this. But this is going to be a tough circuit for the chasers, Mara. You've got to assume that they're all almost pretty much redlining.
Yeah, this stage of the race, and especially those who set off in the lead group with those up and down splits, 3:12 the last split for the leaders, Korea and Gebreselassie. And meanwhile, we're hearing that Sarah Hall has dropped Piasecki. Salpeta and Weldu were in 5th and 6th. So
well, Tanui getting a gel into her there. The sugars and salts, absolutely critical. Sarah Hall raising the game, telling the crowd to keep on cheering loudly, working hard here. Now this could be one of those Sarah Hall charges. She's renowned for finishing strongly. She's tough as nails, is Sarah Hall. Been around for a long, long time. Great track racer in her time. She is 39 years old now. She says her preparation has gone as well as it could possibly have gone in recent months. And Sarah Hall, with the Great Half Marathon in Houston, kicking off her 2022 season, and then a 2:22 for 8th place in Tokyo, a 70-minute run in the New York Half Marathon, and more recently a really strong road 10K in New York. Has raced quite a lot this year and raced really well, and she's feeling good by the looks of things.
Yeah, great running by Sarah Hall in 8th place, 6 seconds ahead of Jess Piasecki in 9th, Kira D'Amato in 10th, a further 19 seconds back, followed by Emma Bates, 9 seconds back again, and Matsuda of Japan now in 12th place, 2.5 minutes behind the leaders.
Well, Yeshane is 19 seconds down now, behind the leading pair of Korea and Gebreselassie at 29k. Tanui just 4 seconds behind her. So this is a classic battle between Ethiopia and Kenya. There's always been a little bit of needle between those two nations for supremacy on the roads, and indeed at most track distances as well. The Ethiopians making inroads into the Kenyan dominance of the steeplechase these days. But Yeshane in 3rd place. There's a little glance over her shoulder there. She knows she's a long way down on the leaders, 19 seconds behind that leading pair. They're able to work together. That's a slight advantage for them. She's still moving pretty well, Mara.
Yeah, she looks okay. She just needs to keep it together. You're into damage limitation mode at this stage, but she only had 4 seconds on Tanui through 29k. So can Tanui rally? And Salpeta some 30-odd seconds back.
Korea and Gebreselassie locked together. Yeshane and Tanui, not much between them, just 4 seconds. Then Salpeta and Weldu. It's a a race of pairings at the moment. There's a Tanui closing on Yeshane. This the battle, perhaps, for the bronze medal, but don't write off Salpeter and Weldu just yet. They're in 5th and 6th. Battle for the minor places, with plenty of Americans going for a place in the top 10. That's great for the spectators along the course, many of whom maybe will have been watching this in their homes on TV and then thinking, well, heck, I can head out there and watch them go by in the flesh. Be part of a world championships. Tanui not wasting any space, almost banging into the advertising hoardings there on the side of the course. Here's the athletes in 5th and 6th, Salpeter and Weldu. They will be getting information from their sidelines, Mara, and with 14k to go. What's 14k? It's
8 miles.
Yeah, 8 miles.
Like
so that is a long way.
Yep, and they're some 55 seconds behind the leaders, 30 odd seconds behind Tanui, but they're together and they can help each other, which does make a difference. They've got a gap of about nearly a minute back to Bekele in 7th. And these two look like they've slowed ever so slightly. We'll bring you the next split. The last one was 3:08. So these two, brilliant running so far. Gebre Selassie just did her debut last September in Berlin, relative newcomer to the marathon, with an astonishing 2:20.09 on her debut, followed up with a 2:18.18 in Tokyo in March. Very fast PB for the half marathon, 65.36, so she's got speed.
Bekele then being chased down by Sarah Hall. Piasecki in the background trying to be dragged along by Hall in this acceleration from the American. Subtle, slow acceleration, but she keeps working at it to Sarah Hall. She's not the smoothest looking of runners. The arms are flailing a little bit, Sarah Hall, but she covers the ground really well. She's got good cadence, she's got good natural speed. Her pedigree as a track runner, many pundits say irrelevant in marathons, but actually it can certainly help in the latter stages when you have those gears, psychologically as much as physically. But the 30k, Corey and Gebre Selassie have 27 seconds. That's a big, big gap. I'm sure, barring disaster, that the gold medal is going to go to one of these two.
So 3:15 for the last split for the leaders, Tim, through 30k in 1:38.08, and the last 5k split for them was 16:04, the fastest of the race so far.
Yeah, that's why the gaps have opened up, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got a 27-second lead over Tanui in 3rd place. Tanui and Yeshane just about together at 30k, and they have a 35-second lead over Salpeter and Weldu.
You can hear the bell going off in the background as more athletes come through, the little packs of athletes coming through, many minutes behind this leading pair here at the finish line. But Correa still seems to me the most up for it. Gebre Selassie, is she hanging on, or is she thinking, I'm feeling fine, you just keep throwing at me everything you can and I can take it and I'll bide my time. It is a game of patience, distance running. Just have to get your head down and know that you're hurting somebody. Ooh. Is that,
now, that is Rose Harvey, I think. Oh, yes, Rose Harvey, dear. Now, has she fallen?
Well, she can't stand, so I think she's in a bad way. I think that's depletion.
Oh, dear. So, sad finish to this World Championship Marathon for the Brit Rose Harvey. But meanwhile, up at the front, Korea still doing the work, closely followed by Gebre Selassie. It's the Paris champion up against the Berlin champion.
Korea has just got to trust herself.
E vem aí mais uma corrida com participação portuguesa.
Sim, já a seguir vamos ter João Cunha na corrida por pontos júniores masculinos.
A corrida de 25 km, 100 voltas.
Vão ser 100 voltas, um total de 25 km, com sprint a cada 10 voltas. Portanto, serão 10 sprints.
Este que vemos na imagem, o que víamos, o britânico, é Ben Wiggins. Isso.
And we're wondering whether or not Bakary is still out there. The ever so consistent Ethiopian. Just checking. Kore Gebreselassie, 1:41.25. Now the gap is 37 seconds. Wow. It has grown significantly. It was, 27 seconds at 30k. It's grown 10 seconds in the last kilometre.
3:17, Tim, the last split for the leaders, through 31k.
Well, there they are heading out across Holden Baker Park once again. Eritrean and French flags being held aloft. It is a glorious morning. Still chilly, mind you. If you're in the shade, it's still, I reckon, no more than about 12 or 13 degrees. The sun is up, and if you're out in the full rays of the sun, it's probably quite a lot more than that. Yeah, it's about 14 degrees, I think. But you can see the gaps there. Bottom right of picture is the leading pair, just gone out of shot. There's the chasing pair, centre of picture, passing that French tricolor. Mark Coogan, you're out there on the course. Who are you with right now? What can you tell us?
Yep, I'm with the third and fourth place. I thought Tinui was going to go right by the Ethiopian because the Ethiopian is still having problems with a stitch in her side. So she keeps grabbing her side with her right.